All right, guys. Joe McDonough here with MyMMAnews.com. Here with the Bronx Bomber himself, PFL's newest, and he's looking to make his PFL debut very, very soon. Mr. Lazar Stojadinovic. How did I do?
That's it. You got it.
A plus. So talk to me about the end of 2020. You fought in, I believe, December. Another win, 2-0 in 2020 after coming off a 2-fight skid. Just talk to me about 2020, because for you, it seemed like it was a good year. Was it as good as it seems?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good year. I mean, it was crazy because so the way it started, the year started, I just moved to Vegas. I moved at, I believe, in the end of December. And I moved to Vegas from California. And as soon as I moved there, I was trying to, get active and stuff like that. I found gyms where I kind of found a home where everything was working out. I had my jiu-jitsu, I had my wrestling, I had everything combined. And I started trying to get active. And in February, I got ready because I was pretty much off from the whole 2019. I was like, I was out because in California, I was training clients and training people instead of fighting, and not being able to get a proper training camp and stuff like that out there, and coming off a loss while I was out there. So I was just like, I'm going to make the move. I was basically waiting for my lease to be up so I can make the move to Vegas. And as soon as I did, I started training. And around February, I was ready to take a fight, and started looking for fights, started looking everywhere for fights. And then March came and everything happened and everything shut down. And I was like, man, what am I going to do now? And like nothing was happening for the first couple months. And then once things started opening back up and the UFC started kicking off, I started seeing everybody getting signed to the UFC. Just they were coming off one win and they were getting signed. There was like a crazy thing going on because the fighters in Europe couldn't get through. So there was a big guys, they were just signing guys left and right. And I'm like, here's my opportunity. I got to try to figure something out. So I started reaching out to every promoter I possibly can. I mean, I was reaching out on Facebook, everywhere, just trying to get anything that I could get my hands on. And my boxing coach in Miami was telling me about Global Legions. And I was like, let's see what we can get going with Global Legions. That would be perfect, And he talked to them and got everything connected with them. And we found a home for a little bit in Global Legions. And I fought there. I fought there in September, I believe. And then I was like, I want to get right back into it. But I ate an illegal knee in the fight. So I was suspended for 60 days. So I had to wait till that cleared. And then again in December, and then the UFC slowed down. I was like, Jesus Christ, like this is gonna happen again to me, and I was a little frustrated and down and out. And then I made plans to defend the title in April or May. I talked to the people in Global Legions, and we're working on a title defense. Working on a former UFC caliber opponent or something like that to kind of climb in the rankings. And we're getting that stuff going. And then I got the call from Jason, and he was like, we're in, you want PFL? And I'm like, let's go. Like I'm super pumped for it.
And when I spoke with you last, we spoke after the last win. You had mentioned that one championship was one that you were very much looking at. What steered you away from one and steered you towards PFL, or was it just essentially whatever the big promotion that called me first, you've got me?
So one thing that steered me towards PFL was their tournament, their $1 million winner. I like the format that they got going. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think it's a good way to fight the best in the world as soon as you get in, instead of fighting up and comers and trying to get into the title fight. I feel like right away you're thrown into fighting the best in the world, and I really like that. I wanna fight the best in the world as soon as I possibly can. I'm 32 now. I don't want to come up in the rankings. I'm not a 25-year-old, 24-year-old anymore who has time to climb up in the rankings 3-4 years and then get a title fight. So this format makes most sense for me. Of course,
Mhm.
one would have been a sweet situation because I would have loved to get the rematch with Than Lee, but I feel like sooner or later our paths will cross again.
Yeah. And in PFL, like you said, you're kind of thrown to the wolves right away. There's no rankings, there's no climbing up. It's tournament style. Go fight for $1 million. You've got an undefeated Russian who last year in PFL, I believe, had a no contest and a draw. But I mean, talk to me about him and what are your expectations for this fight?
I expect an explosive, well-rounded Russian fighter with who's good everywhere, pretty much. I don't really see too many weaknesses in his game. He's good, but I feel like his style will help me implement my. It'll bring out the best out of me. I feel like his
Mm-hmm.
style is very forward pressure and very very aggressive, and I do best with those guys.
And throughout your career, it seems that you've kind of loved the underdog role. And it seems like in this fight, you may be jumping back into an underdog role. Are you almost glad that that's happening?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm not really talked about. I'm not. I'm kind of like the guy who like they kind of like see. Oh, he's probably gonna lose right away. Like I don't feel like people are taking me serious in the tournament, and I like that. Put me in that situation, then everybody's gonna be with their jaws open. Like where'd this guy come from? I feel like that's the case, and I love when that happens. That's like
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorite things.
And when you moved over to Vegas, you joined the ranks at Xtreme Couture. Talk to me about having coaches like Eric Nixick and training partners that you do, and just how much it's helped you as a fighter in this last year plus.
Well, the good thing about Extreme and and then I also train at 10 Planet with Casey
Yep.
Hosted, and he's my head coach. And the good thing about it is like it's just having you have you have an opening to train with a bunch of different caliber like styles of fights, and it pretty opens up your mind to different styles. And I like that. One day you could work with Eric, one day you could work with Eddie, and it's just like you get the best of everything. You can kind of figure things out, and then the bodies you train with. I mean, that's second to none. That's like the best thing for me. You're in the gym one day and you're just training with somebody brand new. You don't know who they are. There's some
Yeah.
Russian from Russia who's 24-0. Like that's what I like about it as more than anything. When you tend to train with your teammates every day, you tend to know the best of both guys, and it ends up being
Yeah.
it's almost like every sparring match looks the same. And
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that. I like to like kind of be trying to figure out what this guy's good at. We're not sure. I don't know him. I've never trained with him before, and now we're face to face. So it's kind of like a fight. So I like that.
And talk about something that I've heard from a lot of guys at Xtreme Couture is the confidence level that comes with sparring and training with these not only different guys every day, but UFC, Bellator, PFL caliber guys,
Yeah.
champions.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, it's something that like I kind of got away from because um so when I moved, I was an American top team, Coconut Creek for 9 years. And,
Mm-hmm.
that was the case over there. We would spar and like guys would just show up for training camps, and like I didn't know who they were. We were just like new bodies every day. So, and then when I moved to California, I was there for 2 years. I was with a good team, but it was a very small
Yep.
based team. And, it was like what I didn't like. I don't like to train with my teammates every day because then like you tend to like them. You try not to, you're not hurting each other in sparring as
Yep.
much. You don't want to hurt your sparring partner regardless. You're going hard with one another.
You're not going 100%.
Exactly. You're going pretty close. Like it depends what they're bringing out. Obviously, if they're coming at you 100, you're not feeling bad about going 100 right back. But when it's your teammate who you see every day, you don't want to put him to sleep and then wake him up. It's a sucky situation.
Yeah. And last one for me here, April 23rd. What's the prediction for the fight? What do we expect as fans from the Bronx Bomber?
I mean, the point system, the way it works, I'm always, especially now, I'm hunting for the knockout as I'm always looking for. I think I'm gonna be more free to actually be able to do, because obviously when you're coming up and you're trying to get signed to the big league, you're a little worried. You're trying to be as safe as possible and come out with that win. As much as sometimes, like especially me when I fight, my coaches are always screaming at me because I'll get like hot, I'll get heated in the fight and like start just going at it. So I'm always like, my coach always telling me like, just move, just box, just relax. So like, but I feel like with this system, the way they have it, and like we're here now, we're in the big leagues. I don't need to get 3-4 more wins to get in. I could just, everybody's watching. I could just let my hands go and be myself. And I feel like that's gonna be the case. And I'm looking for a first round knockout. He's a tough guy. It might be the second round knockout, but I for sure see a knockout happening just because of his aggressive style. I see, and I'm a guy who goes out there. It's either you're gonna finish me or I'm finishing you. I'm going out to kill. I'm never playing it safe. If I'm always going for the kill. So I feel like it's gonna be a knockout, first or second round for sure.
Well, I can tell you, we're all looking forward to the PFL debut, the Bronx Bomber. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me.